What's going on, everyone? And welcome to Chapter 2 of Mirabelle gets up to mischief. The read aloud. As you recall back in the last chapter, which I'll pull up right now, that Mirabelle was just about to go upstairs. Now let's see what happens in Chapter 2. Okay, Chapter 2. It didn't take me long to get ready that evening. I picked some flowers from the garden to put in my hair, and then I snuck into Mum's dressing room and sprayed myself with her perfumes until I smelled of marzipan and purple berries. Mum always has the best perfumes. She invents a lot of them herself. Then I went back to my room and rummaged in my toy box until I found my old fairy wand that I never used. It was right in the bottom, tangled in some necklaces that my friend Carlotta had given me. Carlotta is my best friend at witch school, and we were always plotting and planning things together. I can see why. And there's Mirabelle with her fairy wand. And a little reminder, guys, she's half fairy, half witch. That's why she doesn't really use that much. I took the wand and the necklaces out and began to untangle them. I had forgotten all about the necklaces. They both had long silver chains, and hanging off each one was a miniature potion bottle. Therefore, when you need to be more secretive. That's funny. Carlotta had told me, you can take your potions with you wherever you go. I stared at the necklaces and my mind began to wire. I knew I had promised Dad I would only bring my fairy wand to the midsummer dance, but surely it wouldn't hurt to take just one tiny bit of witch magic. He would never know. And it's not like I was planning to use the potion bottles. It would just be nice to have them. I liked the idea of having a witchy little secret at the midsummer dance. I started to feel the two sides of me clashing against each other. My fairy side was telling me, leave your potion bottles at home, to just take my fairy wand and to be good as I possibly could be for Dad. But my witch side was saying the opposite. I can definitely see why. Because if you guys look at the picture, there's the fairy wand, which is telling her, be a good half fairy for your dad. And then there's the other side of her saying, bring a potion, cause a little mischief. If you guys were Mirabelle, which side would you choose? The wand or the potions? Let me know in the comments. And my witch side usually wins. Too late. 5 minutes later, I found myself running up the spiral staircase of the tallest turret in our house. We called it the witch turret, and it's where Mum keeps all her potion ingredients. Her spell book, her cauldron. Mum always has the best, most expensive, and pretty potion ingredients. Much better than mine. I fantasized filling my tiny bottles with something pretty and glittering. Something that would look nice on a necklace. It was only for looks after all. I wasn't going to use the potion. And there's Mirabelle climbing the stairs. I would not be able to handle that kind of stairs, especially because if you look at the image, there's like no railing. I stared up at the shelves all around, the curved walls of the turret room, and wondered which ingredients to put in my tiny bottles. There were jars of glimmering mermaid scales, swirling dragon's breath, and twinkling starshine. There were strange looking ointments and tubes of crystals and dried flower petals. Right at the top was a row of jars that were fully of creepy crawlies, which I never liked looking at because they made me shiver. Oh, I don't blame her. In the end, I pulled down the jar of dragon's breath and a small bottle of glittering purple seeds. I wasn't sure what they were, but they would look pretty in my tiny potion vials on my necklaces. By 8 o'clock, we were already ready to go. Mom had put on a mauve dress and a flower crown, which looked odd and uncomfortable on her. Wilbur didn't look happy in his lavender trousers and flower patterned shirt, but Dad was beaming. "We all look wonderful," he said. "Very fairyish. I'm glad you found your wand, Mirabelle." Oh man, she not only found her wand, but something else. "Oh yes," I said, waving it in the air so that a shower of sparkles rained down on us all. "I'm glad I found it too." Dad looked so pleased that I suddenly felt guilty about the two necklaces that I could feel resting against my chest beneath my dress. But I reminded myself, it wasn't as if I was going to use them. "Do we have to go?" asked Wilbur, as Mom got our broomsticks out of the hall cupboard and I put on my lilac fairy cape made from real flower petals. "Of course we do," said Mom. "It's part of your fairy heritage. You shouldn't be embarrassed about being half fairy, Wilbur." "Being fairy is a wonderful thing," said Dad, puffing his chest out proudly. He was wearing a smart suit made entirely from leaves sewn together. He looked very magical. Oh, look, there's Mirabelle's mom wearing some fairy stuff. Her dad always wearing something cool. And Mirabelle, a nice fairy cape. Now that's beautiful. Ah, poor Wilbur. I guess he doesn't like his fairy heritage. If you guys think it would feel embarrassing if you were half witch, half fairy right now, let me know in the comments what you guys think. "Fairies have an important job to do on this planet," he said. "The biggest job there is we do our best to look after nature. Nature is so important." "Humph," said Wilbur. But he looked a little less embarrassed. Mom handed us both our broomsticks, and we all made our way out of the front door. Wilbur and I can only fly by broomstick, as we hadn't inherited Dad's fairy wings. Sometimes I felt a bit disappointed about that. I would have liked wings. At least Mirabelle is definitely enjoying her excuse me, her broomstick though. And look, there's their dad flying in the air. Mom locked the door and Dad fluttered up into the air. "Come on," he said excitedly, as Mom, Wilbur, and I rose up behind. "We don't want to be late." And look at them flying. There's Mirabelle flying really well. Their dad like flying like you just don't care. There's Mirabelle's mom flying very nice. And there's Wilbur. Looks like he's having trouble. Yeah. Too bad, I don't blame him. I mean, he feels still embarrassed, like I'm wearing like a fairy outfit. And I don't blame him. Well, that's the end of chapter 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys really enjoyed that that second chapter, please go over to that bell notification to never miss another featured video. And also, smash that thumbs up button. Please comment on what your favorite part of Mirabelle Gets Up to Mischief is. And I'll see you all in Chapter 3 of the next read aloud. Peace!